everyone, this is Lisa Andrus, Psychic Medium, and this is your weekly reading for January 26th to February 1st, 2015. And as you can see, this week I'm using the Magical Mermaids and Dolphins deck by Doreen Virtue. So as usual, I have shuffled and pre-drawn the cards, and let's see what the week has in store for us. This is your Monday, Tuesday card, and it says, let yourself receive. Allow others to give you loving care. Receive without guilt or apologies. Okay, so the first thing I hear when I was looking at that is balance. As earth angels, we are givers. If you're listening to this, you're an earth angel, and an earth angel, also known as a light worker, is somebody that has a global purpose in addition to having a normal life purpose, like children, family, etc. The global purpose could be something like helping others. For instance, I'm a medium and a psychic, and I help others, bringing them messages from the other side or from their spirit guides and angels to help them, and that would be something that would be considered a global mission as well. So in that, many of us are also givers. We know how to give. It's something that's inherent to us. One thing that's really hard for us to do is to receive ourselves. They want me to tell you a story, which is, and some of you may have heard this before, but some of you are new to me. A few years ago, and I feel like I'm not the only one, so if this resonates with you, this, is a little postcard for you acknowledging what you've been through when I tell this story, which is, my life kind of fell apart around me in I would say 2009, 10, and 11. It was a gradual thing, and it started out seeming positive, and then things just fell apart. I lost my job, I lost my house, you name it. And in having that happen, I had to let myself receive. I had to completely rely on the gifts of other people. I had to, move in with my mother, which was kind of a blessing for both of us, but regardless, for a good 6 months there, she was my main support because I was looking for a source of income, and doing that, she supported me. It forced me to receive, whether I liked it or not. I had gone from being a high-paid corporate woman to, having nothing, and I had to let others receive. Even having friends that wanted to see me to take me to coffee, and I didn't even have to ask. They were paying for my coffee, and I had to allow them to do that. And it was very humbling and very difficult. And I think that's a great example of even when somebody wants to buy you a coffee or something like that, it's hard for us to say yes. If somebody wants to help you with your groceries, it's hard for us to say yes. And something as simple as that will allow you to receive. Now, I was taking a class, with one of my peers, and we were talking about souls and soul purpose. And the class was based on a book by Dr. Michael Newton called Journey of Souls. And it was about past life regression, but somewhere in there it was talking about soul groups, soul purpose, etc. And something interesting that I either got out of that class, and I don't know if it was from the book, from the teacher, or somebody else in there, was that a lot of us choose our lives, and we have to do a balance of giving and receiving in life. So while we're planning, and if we don't have something like that happen where we allow ourselves to receive, and it doesn't mean we all have to go through shit to receive something, but listen, sometimes you end up, where you break a bone or something where you're relying on the help of others, or I feel like a nursing home at the end of life, where others have to take care of us because we're going to have to let ourselves receive someday. That's not meant to be a bad message. It's just a fact that life is about balance and giving and receiving. They also want me to say that as humans, you are not here to be perfect, so stop trying. We are so hard on ourselves. And let yourself receive a gift, even if it's a smile or a compliment, because it will balance you better. You have to do something like spend a little money perhaps to take a trip, which is something that I'm going to do here this year, because I feel like it'll allow, in taking care of myself and in essence allowing myself to receive the pleasures of life, it'll better balance me and make me a better person and better able to help those around me. So that's a message that I hope makes sense and I hope helps. Let's see what the middle of the week has here for us. Empowerment. And the message is, you're more powerful than you realize. It's safe for you to be powerful. The first thing they're saying to me is you are worthy. You're worthy of empowering yourself. You don't have to imprison yourself. They want me to talk about this work test again, which I'm almost there. I'm taking it in about a week. I pushed it out a month. And in doing so, empowered myself to be better ready to take the test. But in this message, they want to say to you also, the opposite of that in some ways is imprisonment and self-imprisonment. And so what I had done with that, especially being frustrated that I couldn't take my test when I planned to a month ago or nearly a month ago, was I kind of imprisoned myself with studying and thinking I had to study all the time. No fun, no nothing, eating extra sweets, having a beer here and there, which is something that I enjoy. I wasn't going to let myself do anything. And then one day I realized that was kind of miserable, and I don't think that was to be the purpose. You have to do your job and study for something like a test, but you also have to empower yourself to know that it's okay to relax. I have to say, I feel so many times that the messages and the cards go together, and empowerment kind of goes with letting yourself receive. And I think that as Earth Angels, one of the hardest things for us to do is to allow ourselves to relax, to allow ourselves to know that we're going to be better if we do something like that we enjoy, like read a book. I love reading. That's one of the reasons I'm sure that I became an author, is because I loved reading and it made me want to write. And I don't let myself read enough. And so something that I try to do is to let myself and empower myself to read a book, not a book with purpose, not a book for studying, not a book for learning something about new age things or being a spiritual teacher. Reading a nice, awesome, trashy even novel, just something that I think is fun, whatever I think is fun. And to me, doing that is empowering myself to let go and have a good time. Now they want to say, and they just focused me on the message that says you're more powerful than you realize, and it's safe for you to be powerful. I feel like there's another message in this because I just heard worthy, and they want me to talk about my test again, which is I'm worthy of passing it. That I'm more powerful than I realize. And you too are more powerful than you realize and more worthy of your dreams coming true. Okay? Now here's our message for the weekend. Stay optimistic. And the message is, your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. Oh my goodness. So I love the picture in this, and I love the fact that the mermaid is there kind of looking at the castle, and the castle might seem far away. And I feel like there's actually a person that she's looking at too. So I feel like there might be a message of people that are single or wishing for their romance to improve, to stay optimistic that your dreams are coming true, that you will meet your soulmate, I hear. Or she's looking at the castle, and so something that I've talked about and that many of you are probably thinking of too is new home. Maybe you're in a transitional living space, or the space you live no longer serves you. Or like me, you want to buy a house. I've kind of changed some of my plans with buying my house and thought it makes more sense. in a way, energetically pushing against it, thinking, oh, here I am in another transitional apartment because I feel like all I do is move and all I am is in and out of relationships, and that causes a move. And so I just thought, in a way, that this situation that I'm in now, with one relationship ending, even though it is for the best of all, I ended up in a transitional situation. I'm in an apartment and I'm safe, but I wanted to buy a house. I wanted to be ready to buy a house, and I wasn't. I wasn't quite ready. And then I was going to go ahead and try to buy the house this year, and realized I would be much better off if I let myself relax and didn't have to move right away, and then allowed myself to save a bigger down payment for that house, for my credit perhaps to improve a little bit more, and to stay optimistic that the answers are right there, that the time will go by until you get your dreams. They are wanting me to tell you that if you're doing something like thinking about a new career or going back to school, to stay optimistic at either the way you're going to pay for that or the way that you're going to do it. Because even if you always wanted to be a nurse or a beautician or a realtor or whatever that career is, and it's nothing like you're doing now, or you have to work 2 jobs, stay optimistic that if it's something that requires going to school, whether it's for a certification or a short time or a 4-year degree, and if the 4-year degree takes 6 years because you don't have enough time because you have responsibilities, I guess my question for you would be, are you going to probably be here in 6 years? I mean, tomorrow's not guaranteed, but I would say that most of us, that may be the case. And so you just follow your dreams one step at a time. So stay optimistic that your dreams are coming true. And again, for the single people, they want to say stay optimistic, even if you feel like nothing's worked out, that you've made not so great romance choices, that you've never really had anyone that you've ever been in love with. Well, they want to say that love is here for you. Stay optimistic and take guided action. You know, part of our purpose in life is to co-create with the universe. So if it's romance that you seek, do something to co-create. Does that mean getting your house in order, getting your bedroom in order so that it's able to accept romance? Doing something like highlighting your hair or improving your appearance. Not that you have to be perfect to find your person, but what makes you feel good and attractive and romantic. Take that guided action. Go to, a mixer or something like that. Go out with a friend. Stay optimistic, because your person, he's not going to come to your door. I mean, the odds are pretty good that you're going to have to go out in some way if you want to meet somebody. But stay optimistic that your dreams are coming true, because even if it's hard for you to see the clearing behind the trees, things will clear shortly and gradually if you co-create. Miracles occur when you are not looking. Wow, I feel like that was a little powerful last statement there. It looks to me like it's going to be a great week. I really like the messages in these cards. We are through, if you're in the northern hemisphere here, what is a very dark time of the year, where there's a little less sun and it's kind of cold for some of us, and things are getting brighter and warmer, and we'll get there one day at a time. I want to thank each and every one of you for tuning in with me. Keep the faith, stay positive. I love every one of you, and have a wonderful week.